commissioners, lead council, viewers and listeners out there, welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into local government councils and related matters. Without wasting much time, it's already midday, and we are just about to start our proceedings of the day. May I now pass the floor to Madam Chair for our next agenda item. Madam Chair, over to you.
I would first of all apologize for starting late because we were doing some housekeeping. I will now call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ بالفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ بالناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, Amen. Lord God, as we are about to begin this new session, we would pray that you'll continue to be our guide, our God. We also pray that you will be with us in every step that we take in this commission. We ask that those who are coming to be witnesses will be done so in truth for the betterment of this commission. We ask that the procedures that we are going to use will be the one that you have approved. And we know that you are with us, so we fear no fall. All this we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Good afternoon and welcome. Good afternoon and welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into local government councils and related matters. What is your religion? Okay. Can you hold on to this? Can you start that? Okay. What is your religion?
I'm Lamin Mani.
In which language do you want to do your testimony?
Both English and Mandinka.
Both English and Mandinka. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation? I explained that for you. If you are going to swear by the Holy Quran, it's like you hold it and then wave it into the air. If it is by affirmation, you just raise your hand. So which one do you want to do?
I will hold the Quran.
You will hold the Quran, okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran. Okay, Mr. Witness, please repeat after me. Hold the Holy Quran. Say, I,
I,
Lamin Mane,
Lamin Mane,
do swear that
do swear that
I will speak the truth,
I will speak the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing
and nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me God.
So God, help me Allah.
Yes, please, you may be seated. Madam Chair, the witness has been sworn. You just have to choose one language. It's either English or Mandinka. Which one do you want to choose?
Okay, we go for English.
You go for English. Okay, you may kindly sit down. Thank you.
Yes, Council, can we proceed?
Thank you. Morning, Commissioners. Morning, witness. Can you speak into the mic? Can you tell us what your names are?
Okay, I am Lamin Mane.
And where do you live?
Padi?
Where do you live?
I live in Basse Kabakama.
And what is your occupation?
I'm a revenue collector at Basse Area Council.
Now, Mr. Mane, you gave a statement to the investigators before, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just show you this statement, and you can tell us whether this is the one that you gave.
Okay.
Is that your statement?
Yeah, that's my statement.
And you signed it?
Yeah, I signed it.
So do you adopt that statement as part of your evidence before the commission?
Yeah.
Okay. Assistant Registrar, please. Chairperson, I apply to tender the witness statement as his evidence, part of his evidence before the commission.
Yeah.
The witness statement of Lamin Mane, dated the 17th of May 2023, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/LM/BSAC/2023.
As the commission, please. We're grateful. Now, Mr. Mane, so you said you're a revenue collector at Basse Area Council.
Yes,
When did you become a revenue collector?
in 2021.
And what were you before you became revenue collector at Basse Area Council?
No, I was appointed as a revenue collector at Basse Area Council.
Sorry, for some reason the mic is not clear. I can't hear you well.
Are you getting me now?
A bit better.
Okay, are you getting me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a revenue collector. I was appointed as a revenue collector at Basse Area Council.
Yeah, so before you were revenue collector for Basse Area Council, what did you do?
No, by then I was not working.
You weren't working?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was not working.
So 2021, how were you appointed? Did you apply for the position?
Yeah, I wrote an application letter.
To Basse
Basse
Area Council?
yeah.
Okay. And did you go through an interview process
Yeah, with the establishment committee.
with the establishment committee?
Yeah,
Okay. And this was at Basse Area Council.
yeah.
So do you know who was part of the interview panel? Can you remember?
Yes, I
Okay.
can remember Honorable Mbaiture.
Baiture?
Mbaiture, yeah, he's
Okay.
a former councillor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the only person who interviewed you?
No, there are 3 in number. The councillor of Garawal
Okay.
and councillor of Kantora, councillor Sanyang. He's also part of the panel.
Okay.
And Darame, I think his name is Darame. The councillor of Garawal is part of them, and the councillor of this ward, Tumana, Saralfa ward.
So that's more than 3.
Yeah,
You said there were 3 on the panel.
they are the ones who are on the 4 of them.
Okay. And there was nobody who was not a councillor on the panel?
No, it's only the councillors there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were never interviewed by the Local Government Service Commission,
No, I was never interviewed by them.
and they were not involved at all in your application or your appointment?
No, not
Now,
to my knowledge.
How were you appointed?
I wrote an application letter.
No, I mean, did they give you a letter of appointment?
Pardon?
Basse Area Council,
Yeah.
when they gave you the position, did they give it to you, did they tell you by way of a letter, or did they just call you to tell you?
Yeah, they gave me by way of a letter. They called me and told me that I was appointed, and they gave me an appointment letter.
Okay. Do you have that appointment letter?
Yeah, I have the appointment letter with me.
Okay. With you here?
No,
Okay. Can you perhaps bring a copy, or bring it and maybe retain a copy for a while the next time you're coming?
possibly if I go back to Bassi, I search for it.
Okay. So
yeah.
when you can, could you avail the commission of that copy?
If I go back, then I will try by all means, to find it and copy it, and even by email or any kind,
Okay.
I can send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So in the appointment letter, did they tell you what grade you'd be appointed to?
Yes, I was appointed by grade 3.1.
And that was as revenue collector.
Yeah,
Are you still on the same grade?
yeah.
Okay. Now, were there any terms of reference contained in the appointment letter? Did they tell you what your duties would be?
No.
So how were you informed of your duties as revenue collector?
Well, since they gave me my appointment letter, then they asked me to come. When I come, they train me with the devices that they are using. Then they send me to the field for collection.
So how long did your training last?
It's just a couple of few days.
So they just told you what you needed to do. You
Yeah.
didn't have, there's
They
no,
attached me to someone, I'm working with that person, and that person is experienced.
that person is what?
That person is is in this system for so long. Then I was attached to him. We go in together. That's where I'm gaining more experience on.
So does the council not have any documentation that tells, each category of staff what they need to do? They don't have any policy in place for revenue collectors or other staff?
No, that's one not to my knowledge because I didn't get that references.
So did they ever let you know that there's a financial and accounting manual for councils at any time?
No. Unless they give me I was issued a cash book where if I go for collection, when I deposit my money, then
So
I submit. When it's time for submission, I used to close my book. They give me a cash book whereby.
okay. So before that,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to establish whether they have provided you and perhaps other staff with guidelines as to what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what would, what would result in disciplinary actions for you, and, what you should do when you go to the field, how you're supposed to comport yourself, how you're supposed to collect funds for the council. There's no policy like that?
No, there is no policy like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a revenue collector, how do you collect revenue? You've talked about a machine.
Yeah.
And you've talked about a cash book.
Cash book.
So
yeah.
can you tell us how do you collect? Is the cash book the same as a GTR book?
No.
Okay, so can you tell us?
Okay, when normally, in the morning when we come to council, we sign in a report, then we do take our devices and go to the field. When we walk up to the closing time, before bank close, we go and deposit the money that we get from the collection. Then we have our bank slip. When it's time for submission, we took our cash book and close it. The number of the transaction that we did within that duration, then we do write it on our cash book. We submit it to the finance manager. Then
So you use the revenue collection machines
Yeah.
and a cash book,
yeah, cash book is for submission.
so that you submit it to who? To the council?
Yeah, the finance manager.
Okay, so can you, first of all, can you tell us how the revenue collection machines work?
Yeah, it's a device, a digital device, where when you go to the field, you find a business. Like I'm working at luncheon area, like
Okay.
I'm a luncheon collector. Then when you go to the businessman, you ask the person that we came for collection. Then the business owner, when he is compliant to pay, then you ask the name, or you go through your registration book and look the person's name there. When you show it, you search it on the device. The device will show you that this is the amount that is inputted in the system, and this is the amount he should pay.
So the device has a list of all the people that
Yeah.
need to pay licenses.
Yeah, yes. No,
Okay.
it's a system, whereby every year we do go for registration. After that registration, we register them, evaluate them, put their data in the system. Then, when it's time for collection, we go and collect.
So let me understand
Yeah.
that you yourselves go to the field and register the businesses, and you decide how much they have to pay?
We do go with our supervisors.
So
Our lines
who
managers.
decides how much they pay?
The lines managers are the evaluators. They are the one who evaluate the businesses.
And what is the basis for the evaluation?
We have a tariff
Okay.
that we do go by.
Okay, so where's that tariff from?
Yeah, we have tariffs at council. Every business, like if you have been in the system for so long, probably you may captured all the tariffs. Like general traders, we have different categories. Skills are there. Welders have their own tariff. Carpentry with machine. There are a lot of categories there. Then you categorize it based on their businesses.
So that tariff is what the supervisor uses
Yeah,
to assess the businesses.
yeah.
But you're saying that every year you assess. Does that mean that every year you increase the amount? Is the amount that the supervisor charging the businesses, does it vary from what's on the tariff?
Yeah, because at times businesses sometimes they grow, sometimes they fall. You can assess a business this year, the business is going fine. Maybe probably it's a general trader which classify as class A, 8,000. Then the following year you come to that shop, when the business is not going well with him, the businessman will fall down. Then the amount that you billed him last year, if you wanted to bill him this year also, it will bring confusion in between you and the businessman, because last year the way the business is and this year is quite different. Then we go by the tariff. We have general trader, petty traders. In that general trader, we have class A, B, C, D, up to I.
And the different classes is based on the value of the goods that they have in their shops. Right?
Yeah.
So if in, say, 2020, you went to the trader's shop and the goods that are there are valued at 100,000. 2021, you go back. Do you value those goods, or does he just tell you that business is not good and then you decide what to do?
Well, we do assess it, based on the experience that we have. When we call with our lines manager, we look into the business. Actually, by looking the business, you yourself will know that obviously the way we live it last year and this year the way it is, there is different. Then you think about it. You say, wow. Now let me make we not do test them. We told them that this year you should pay 8,000. My man, they do give their complaints. They also lodge their complaint. My man, last year the way things are and this year is quite different. You yourself, even by looking at my shop, you will know that things have changed. I'm not the same level like last year. Can you please beat it down for us? Then that's the time we come as a team. We discuss how are we going to assess this one. Because to be frank, last year the way it is and this year is different. Then that's the way we do the beat downs.
Now when you're doing that, do you change the category of the license that you're issuing them?
Yeah, whenever the amount that we registered there, we go to when we go back to council, that cash book we submit to the IT department. That IT department is responsible for all data, inputting the data. We submit the book to them, then they will go by the book, the way they found it in the book, that's the way they input it again. When the business is, when last year they paid 8,000, this year they should pay 5,000, for example, then the IT man is the one responsible for that. He will classify. There is different classes in the system. When you put the class 8,000 class, automatically it will give you 8,000 class. When you put 2,000 class, automatically it will give you 2,000 class.
Now, your supervisors, or I think you said line managers, or you revenue collectors, none of you actually have any qualification to do valuations, is that right?
Qualification like?
As in, did you do any course or get any certificate that certifies you as somebody that's able to do valuations?
No.
Okay. So how can you tell, just by looking at a shop of a general trader, what the value of his goods are? Because you don't buy bulk goods, do you?
Can you get now?
So you yourself, you don't buy bulk goods.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have a shop.
Yeah.
So how do you walk into a shop? Say like how do you call it? Butikinar.
Butikinar.
How do you walk into that shop and you know that the value of these goods is past 50,000?
Like, the way it is, if you've been to the system for so long, actually, you get a lot of experience on it.
So wait, I'm asking something specific, the value of the goods, right? So you see maybe milk displayed, sugar displayed, paper, books, pens, whatever, bread, milk, whatever is in the shop, right? You don't know if there's more stock maybe at the back, right? So you walk into the shop and you look at the goods. How do you know what the value of those goods are, considering that you don't buy them yourselves? Unless you know do you know the price of every single good that is in the shop?
No. Shops like, like Bitikinar and other shops, normally those people, their businesses, even they fall, you cannot under-assess them. Why? Because, the type of business that they are doing, most of them are doing wholesale. And wholesale, are classified as Class A in general trade. Those ones, like most of the time where we have changes is, these petty traders and these small general traders, like, those paying 1,000, 2,000, those are the people mostly that we do make changes. But if you go into our tariff, you will see, almost, there are businesses that are paying their actually amount for more than a decade. That's the amount, because, even though fall down, still now they cannot be under assess in which they are paying.
So I understand that.
Yeah.
Now, my question was, again, how do you walk into a shop and know the value of the goods? Do you know the value of the goods when you walk into the shop?
No.
And you don't value the goods, do you?
Yeah, we don't value the goods.
You just make an assumption on what you think the value of the goods are.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a tariff. Do you use the tariff yourself, or is it your supervisor that deals with the tariff?
We all have the tariff.
Okay. So you said you do license collection.
Yeah, license collection.
Is that the only revenue that you collect?
Yeah.
Is that how the council operates? Every revenue collector collects for a particular type of revenue source?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what are the different revenue sources that you're aware of that the council collects?
Yeah, we have daily market collection.
Sorry?
Daily market collection.
Okay.
Monthly market collection.
Okay.
Luncheon, Lumo collection, and raise and tax.
Now, what's the difference between the daily market and the monthly market? Is it the same vendors that you collect those from, or they're different vendors?
Yeah, they are different collectors. Daily market are the duty. Normally we call them duty, $10. Those are the daily market. Monthly market are market construct cantings at the market are the monthly market collectors. Those collect only, the monthly payment of the rent.
And how much do they pay per month?
Is different category, but I'm not at that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then licenses is based on your tariff?
Yeah, license is based on tariff.
What about Lumo?
Lumo also is duty.
That's $10.
Yeah.
And rates and taxes?
Rates and tax, that one also is based on the value of the compound. Because there are compounds that have more than 3 corrugate houses. The more you have houses, the more you pay.
And is there a tariff that the council uses for that?
Yeah, there is a tariff.
Okay. So you were telling us about the digital revenue collection machines. And so you said the system, on the machine you can see the list of people that should pay license fees.
Yeah.
And then you search it. Then what happens? Do they pay you in cash?
Yeah, some pay you in cash. Some do go to the bank and pay, because normally we do, before going for collection, we do serve this demand note. That demand note will show you that you should pay your luncheon within 10 days.
And do you actually submit these? Serve them with the demand notes?
We do serve demand note every year. Constantly.
When do you serve? At what time in the year?
By January at times it fall on January, at times it fall on December. We don't have specific time that, but normally January, before starting the collection, yearly collection, all the businessmen should get their demand notes before we start collection.
Okay. So when you go to collect with the machine,
Yeah,
can you
we
tell
do.
us how that works?
We do go to collect with our machines. Then before we serve this thing, how to call, demand note, when we go for collection, some are there, those people don't wait for us to come and pay. They do go to the bank because we specify a bank there. This is the bank that you should go and pay. When you reach at the bank, you know your amount. You go to the cash teller, you tell the teller that, I want to pay my luncheon. Then the teller, for them, they understand. They take your money, they deposit it, then they give you the bank slip. When we go there, you told us that you paid. We asked for by a bank slip, you give us the bank slip, then we give you a digital receipt. That
so-
shows you in our system that you paid
So that digital receipt is printed on the machine?
on the machine, yeah.
Okay. Now, what are the GTR books? Do
Well,
you use them?
No, I never used GTR because before coming to the council,
They had the
they have
machine.
already moved to the digital system.
Do you know how many revenue collectors you are at the council?
No,
As in you don't know at all, or you can't have do you have an idea?
no, I don't have an idea on that.
Okay, but does
Only-
every revenue collector have a machine?
No. Sometimes, we go as a group collection because the revenue collectors are more than the devices.
Do you know how many devices there are?
Actually, no, I don't know how many devices are there.
Okay. So where do you go to collect from?
I collect Bashe South.
Okay, so how many are in the team that goes to collect Basse South?
By then we are two.
2.
Yeah.
Is that you and your supervisor?
No, our supervisor normally go with us during the registration, the assessment.
Okay.
Yeah, but when it is time of collection, we the revenue collectors go together.
How often do you do assessment or registration in the year?
Pardon?
How often do you do the assessment that you go with your supervisor for?
We do go for assessment for once.
Once.
Unless we see a new business, we registered it, we give the name to the supervisor, we told him to go and verify the business. Then he will go and verify and he also make his assessment and come to the IT department and give the details to the IT department so that they can put it in the system.
So you said that's once in the year?
Yeah.
Okay. Around what time in the year?
Normally it's either December or January.
Okay. So if you go to collect from the businesses and they haven't paid to the bank and they're paying cash, so can you tell us how that works?
Okay. When we go to them, they pay. They have in cash with them, and they comply to pay. We got a receipt, and they pay. When they pay, when we close, before the bank close, we go to the bank and deposit it and have our bank slips.
Which bank do you deposit to?
Vista Bank.
That's the only bank that you deposit to for the
Yeah.
council?
Sometimes, they do call, tell you that, go to either Ajib. Yeah, Ajib. Because for me, those are the two banks that I deposited.
And
Ajib
both are
and Vista.
both are the council's accounts?
Yeah,
Okay.
both in council's account.
So there are 2 of you in your group?
Yeah, we are 2
one
in the group.
one revenue digital machine?
Yeah.
So how do you distribute that amongst yourselves?
No, we do have one person is the one whose name will be in the device, because every device has a account. That account, there must be one person who will be responsible for that account. Then that account you will be the one who will be accountable with that device. Every end of week, you post all your devices, you go for submission.
So the account is in whose name? Yours?
Yeah, it's in my name.
Okay, so only you would use it?
Yeah, only me will use
Are
it.
there instances where you would hand it to your group member?
Yeah, there was a time I came to Combo here for funeral. Then since coming for that funeral, I gave the device to my assistant.
But then it's your name that all the transactions would come under?
Yeah.
So what happens if there's an issue with collection? You will be responsible for that?
Yeah,
Has something like that ever happened?
Yeah, it happened once.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I came for funeral in Combo. Then I left my device there behind, so that they will go for collection, as just the way we do. When you are absent, your assistant take over. Then it's just a couple of few days. I go back. Then my assistant told me they went to the field, and the money that they collect, they come, and my assistant said that director, the then finance director called him and said that there are errands that they wanted to settle up in council. Then let he give him that money. Then I told him that no, you should not do that, because we already got the memo that all cash should go to bank. Why do you do that? Then you need to go over him and let him pay our money. Now we go and deposit it. Then he is an old man. Then he go and follow the finance director till the finance director give him the money, and he bring back the money to me. I go and deposit it.
So you said he's an old man.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Suleiman Ba.
Okay. And this has only happened when you were not there?
Yeah, when I was away.
I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
chair wants to ask you something.
Yes, Mr. Mane, what is your qualification? Your level of qualification, yes.
I'm a senior school graduate. Then I did computer up to diploma level.
Okay. You've told us that the businesses are classified.
Yes.
So is it the council that gives you the tariff document, or they just tell you? It's just verbal instruction.
The tariff that they give us is, is a copy of 1997 constitutional tariff.
1997.
Yeah.
That is the tariff they photocopy and give you.
Yeah, and give.
That is what you use in going
Yeah, that's
to
what
the
we
field.
are using at the field. Yeah.
Okay. Council, you may proceed. Yeah. Sorry, Commissioner Jones.
Mr. Mane.
Sorry, before you proceed, we want you to provide us the copy of what you are currently using as the tariff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Mr. Mane,
Yes.
before you send out to the field to do your collection, you are given the tariff book
Yeah.
where all the tariffs are.
Yeah.
And if stall A is next to stall B, and they are selling different goods, you charge them differently.
Yeah. Based on their
Based on
their businesses. The way they are
based on their businesses.
Yeah.
Now, do you have an insight on the activity of the businesses in stall A or in stall B?
No.
Now, wouldn't the owner of stall A insist that you are overcharging him, or stall B insist that you are undercharging him? And how will you reconcile? It's just that I know Amadou, okay, it's 5,000. I know Demba is 100, 100, but they're in the same block.
Category. Like, their business are, we have different type of businesses. We have petty traders, general traders, and those general traders, petty traders is classified by two. Other one is paying 750, and other one is paying 500.
No, the reason why I'm saying this is that in Basse, most of the shops that is owned by locals are not properly stocked. Now, how would you go in and say, that's my shop, I'm being asked to pay 750, whilst in actual fact, I am trading behind the scenes. The shop there is just for me to sit and receive and do my transaction, not to have goods stocked well in the shop.
Yeah,
does that happen?
Yeah, such kind of things happens, but we are native of Basse. We know the businesses that, that are working every day. Like what you are saying, there are businesses that I can even remember a business there. If you go to the shop, you don't find any good there. But he's a businessman whereby he do sell these motorbikes. But to find a motorbike there, is very difficult. But we know that, he's selling motorbike. And motorbike, every motorbike dealer should pay 8,000. That's how we bill him.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to know from you is, you said you don't know what is your TOR.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to is it part of your daily routine that you go in, collect your cash book, your device, go to the field, collect monies, then go back to the bank, pay off what you had collected for the day? Or do you intermittently being asked to give monies out to other contractors to say, okay, Basse Area Council should have paid you 400, here is 400. I've been asked to give you 400 without any document?
Well, no. At one, since I came, as I said, I was attached to someone. The way that person operates, that's the way, I also adopt and continue with it.
So what I have described doesn't happen?
Yeah.
You don't take rate revenues
to
and pay debts for...
No.
You don't?
Yeah, I did not.
Tell us the name of the person that you were attached to.
I was first attached to one lady, Binta Jaide.
Sorry?
Binta Jaide. I was first attached to her. Then I was attached to, I do sometimes go with...
What was Binta Jaide's position at the council?
At the council, she is an canteen collector.
Canteen collector? Canteen collector,
yeah. But by those days, I just go with her so that to understand the field, the way they operate. After since they told me that, I should go for luncheon, that's the time I started going with the luncheon team.
And
that luncheon team are the ones, who trained me how to,
And who were you attached to specifically?
Specifically, I do go with Soma Jallo. She's a luncheon collector.
Yeah.
And I do go with Mandu also. He's also Mandu Mane. He is also a luncheon collector.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the people that trained you on luncheon collection?
Yeah.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now, so the revenue collection unit is under the finance department, is it?
Yeah.
And what's the hierarchy in that unit? So is the revenue collector the first, like the beginning, or are there staff on the revenue collectors, and which positions are above revenue collectors?
Can you come again?
So you're a revenue collector?
Yeah.
Is that the lowest rank in that unit, or is there a rank below?
Yeah, it's the lowest rank in that unit.
So what are the other ranks in that unit?
Yeah, we have finance, the lines managers are there,
Okay.
senior accountants are there,
Okay.
and we have finance manager up to the finance director. Where we have cashiers.
The cashiers are after the
The cashiers
senior-
are after the collectors.
Okay.
You have cashiers there.
Okay. So you have the
From-
revenue collectors, the cashiers, the line managers, the
Lines
senior accountant,
Yeah,
finance manager,
Yeah.
and then finance director.
the director.
And the revenue collectors, are there different grades, or is that the only grade?
That's not to my knowledge, the only grade. I know my grade, but others I didn't know their grades.
So you said that when you were in the combos, Suleiman Ba, who's your assistant or group member, used your revenue collection machine to collect payments from licensed payers. Do you know how much was collected during that period?
Yeah, it was 11,500.
And you said that he said the director of finance asked him to take the money to him,
Yeah,
and he handed over all of that money.
yeah, he handed over the money to him.
Now, have you ever been asked by any of the staff that are senior to you to use the funds that are collected to procure anything for the council? Like to buy anything for the council, or to pay for something for the council?
Like direct from me, or
Anybody who's senior to you?
yes, like what I wrote into my my statement. It's happened, almost 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're saying, okay, in your statement you said, on the third paragraph, you said on June 18, 2021, I remember receiving a phone call from my line manager, Mudlamin Keru, asking me to come help them in collecting license revenue from local transfer dealers at the garage. We managed to collect $9,000 for the day, and upon our return to the office, the director of finance, Lamin Suso, requested that I give the money because the council's needs to urgently carry out some expenses, and I handed him the money in the presence of my manager, Mudlamin Karu.
yeah,
Now, was that the first time that happened?
yeah. That was the first occasion.
And so before I go into that, what are the working hours for the council?
The working hours is from 8 to 4.
Right. So you said that it is at the end of the day, just before bank closes, that you go and bank the money that you've collected.
Yeah.
So at what point in this day did the finance director ask you to hand over that cash?
Yeah. The day was on Friday. I was not even at council by then, because by then I was having I was having a fracture at my leg.
Your what, sorry?
I was having a fracture at my leg,
Okay.
my knee. Then I was called by my lines manager. Like I said it in the statement that they called me to go. We should go for those local transfer dealers at the garage.
Okay.
Then they are in need of me. I come to the council, went with my lines manager.
So why did you not pay the money into the bank at that time?
Yeah, because we have an issue with them.
You have an issue with whom?
With the local transfer dealers. Because there is a push and pull. Those people, to find them is a problem. Then we do go there several occasions. They didn't comply to pay. They are insisting. Then that's the time I report them to my lines manager. And my lines manager also report the issue to to the finance director.
Okay.
Then director was aware of it. The day they called me, we come up to director's office. He told me that, Lamin, I want you to go and help us. Please go there and come now. We go, that's the time we go there. We made the transaction. After we came, before leaving the office to go and deposit the money to the bank, then he asked me, how much do you get? I told him the amount. He told me that, wow.
Just give the registrar 2 minutes to check whether it was the generator that was on, whether it's now, so that we know whether we would rise. We may rise and come back after lunch because we don't know what is there. We will proceed. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Namek was waiting for you to say that.
Sorry, Council. I just thought of a question while the lights were out. Mr. Mane,
Yes.
in your tariff list, do you have tariffs for people trading in diamond and gold?
Well, when it is there, I know it is not captured in the tariff that I'm having.
But there are people transacting in diamonds and gold in Basse.
No, actually, not to my knowledge. Yeah, I never come across of such kind of businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so you were telling us about how you collected the $9,000 and you went back to the director's
director's office. Then he requested that the money that we collected from the local transfer dealers, and told me that we urgently in need of money. There are errands here that we wanted to solve. Then I told him, okay, no problem anyway. But that I should close my book. He said yes. Anything I will give you. I will give you something that you will close your book. Then that's the time
So what does that mean? That he will give you something to close your book?
Yeah, probably he will draw a voucher and a receipt for the transaction that he did. Normally, that's how it should be.
So did he
He
prepare
did
the
not
voucher?
no, he did not give that to me.
And
Yeah.
so how did you close your book?
Yeah, in that that was on Friday. By then, I should not close my book on that day.
So what happens when you don't close your book?
Well, when it's time for closing book, I do go to the IT department and take a copy of all the transactions that I did. Because any transaction that I did with the device, automatically it reflects on the system. And when it's time for closing book, that's the system that we go through. We take all the data from the system and we close our book. And the systems should be tallied with the receipt bank slips that you are having.
So for that particular day, you didn't close your book. So that meant that there was $9,000 that you owed the council that
Yeah.
you did not pay.
Paid, yeah.
And has the director paid that back up to date?
No, director didn't pay that one.
So you said further that subsequently on June 19, 2021, the Director of Finance, Lamin Suso, requested another money from me, but I was not working due to a fracture I suffered. However, he insisted I should go with him and his driver for collection, and we generated $19,500, which he claimed to be used to buy fuel for NDMA team who were working to gravel the high-level road.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, okay. That's the following day on the weekend. It falls on the weekend. Normally we don't work.
Was the following day? It falls on what, sir?
Yeah, that was, on the 18th of June, 19th of June.
Yes.
That was 19th of June, yeah. It fall on the weekend, on
Okay.
Saturday. I was at home. Then he called me, Lamin, I want you to help us. We are seriously in need of money. And these NDMA guys are working at Basi High Level Road, and we should pay their fuel. They are not asking anything from us, only fuel that they are asking from us. Then please, will you please come and help me? We go to the field. Then I told him that, Director, I was not well, my leg is paining me. Obviously, to go to the field at this moment, it will not be easy to me. He told me that anyway, don't worry, we will go along. I will do all the donkey jobs. You will only handle your device and the money that is collected. We will even use my vehicle. I told him, okay, I'm at home. They come and pick me. They came up to my compound. They collect me there. I went with them to the field. We walked 19,000. The amount is 19,500. That's what we walked. Then he told me that we need to pay we need to go to GNPC and pay the fuel for NDMA guys. I told him that okay, no problem. He said, Bilal, you see, you're the kind of staff that we need. Whenever we are in need of you, you should be ready, to come and help us. Then that very day we go to GNPC, Basi. We went there, he entered, he told me that, he paid fuel. Then he told me that when it's time for submission, just go to finance manager. He will receipt your book.
So the fuel that he purchased, did he get a receipt for it?
No, he didn't give me a receipt by then.
Do you know whether he got a receipt for it?
He told me that he got the receipt because I asked him, he told me that on Monday, I will give you a receipt. But he wrote he wrote something to me that if I went up to the finance manager insists that he will not receipt my cash book, then that's the letter that I will issue it to him. Then we went. That's the second transaction. That's the second time he collected money from me.
So you said that on the 20th of June 2021, Director of Finance called to inform me to go with him for the collection so that he will settle the fuel expenses for the ongoing work at the high-level road,
Yeah.
which amounted to 18,750.
750. Yeah. 18,500.
Sorry,
Yeah.
18,000.
750. Yeah, that's the start.
Your
of the
statement says 750.
Yeah. Okay, that's the following day.
So that's
That
on
was
Sunday.
on Sunday. Yeah.
So
That day was on Sunday.
can you tell us why you're also going with the same director on Sunday for the same thing?
Yeah, because I feel like by then I was not aware that I should not give money to him directly. Even he need to work on errands for council, I should go and deposit first. He go and withdraw it from there. In this dungeon, actually I was not aware of it. I was doing it as he is my immediate boss, and then I never thought it will be something, it will be problem by then, because I thought that he is my boss. Whatever he is doing, especially when he told me that I'm working on council errands, I feel like it's something good that he is doing, and then it's not like the work that is ongoing. It's not like I did not see it. I myself, you go there, we found those trucks are working on that road, and it's a road that is a major concern for entire Basse. Because for me, I'm a born citizen of Basse. Since I born, that's how the horrible that the road is. That's how I found it. That's are some of the things that even encouraged me much to go out. Since he told me that the work going on at Basse High Level Road, then I have no choice to go out, and work with him. Then that was on Sunday. He called me, he told me that, Lamin, today also, I'm in need of your favor. If not, these people, if they go to get them again, it will be a problem. I told him, anyway, okay, no problem, director, just come and collect me.
Yes.
Because I cannot.
You were
I want
asking
to
a
ask
question?
him something before he proceeds on that.
Okay. Sorry, the chairperson wants to ask you a
Yes.
question.
The council has asked you when you work, what's your working hours? You said 8 to 4.
8 to 4, yeah.
So, do you also work Saturday and Sunday
Saturday and Sunday when,
as per the law?
No, unless when they are in need of us. We are in a situation that,
They need cash.
they need cash.
So you go and work.
We go up to a state whereby council are in need of cash. We even sacrifice to work, weekends, so that to generate more funds for council. But
So-
normally, when we go for weekend collection, we do keep the money. Up to Monday, we go and deposit it.
So can you provide us with the data on all the tax revenue lines from your machines? Because you said you input the data
Yeah.
to show the area of coverage and the number of
Transaction.
because you are in the area of license
Yeah.
collection, tax collection. So you have that data in the area that you collect, right?
Yeah, we do have register book.
Yes, that is the information. That is the
Yeah,
data. All the registered information.
by then, I was working at Lansing. I'm a Lansing collector.
Yes.
Then they moved me from Lansing collector to IT department. Now, since last year, that's the unit that I'm working.
IT department.
IT unit. Yeah.
So is it not the IT that provides the data? Even
Yeah.
if you were at license, you will have to go to IT to get that information. Right?
Yeah. Okay, that's the
So-
information that you want.
Yes. So please provide us with all the revenue lines, the
Okay.
data you have on it. Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
So you said that the finance director was telling you that all the NDMA people need is fuel. They don't need anything from you. But do you know, or did you know the relationship between NDMA and the area council in respect of the road? Do you know what their agreements were?
No, actually, I did not know.
So you didn't know who was funding the roadworks?
No, I did not know.
Did it occur to you that whoever was funding the roadworks would probably also be funding the fuel for the trucks?
No, the only thing that he told me that they are in need of fuel.
Now, you said that you were not aware at that time that you shouldn't give him money, but you had said previously that when he asked Suleiman Ba to bring money to him, you told him that he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, Suleiman Ba's issue is, after all this problem occurred, that's the time, I was aware. But since after my the last issue that I have with him, then that's the time